Hello and welcome to United Buzz, your daily destination for all things Manchester United. From breaking news and match updates to transfer talk and exclusive behind-the-scenes stories, let's get started. This transfer window isn't just about buying new players. It's about reshaping the very identity of the club. Under manager Ruben Amorim, there's a feeling that a fresh start is underway, one driven by hunger, new ideas, and a clear plan for the future. Big names might leave. Exciting talent could arrive. But one thing is certain, Manchester United won't stand still. The focus right now is on attacking reinforcements. It's no secret that United struggled to find the back of the net last season, and Amorim knows that new firepower is the key to changing that. One of the biggest transfer sagas currently developing surrounds Victor Gyökeres. The Swedish striker has been one of the hottest properties in European football, tearing it up with Sporting CP in Portugal. Encouragingly for United, Gyökeres is still open to making the move to Old Trafford, even though the club won't be able to offer Champions League football next season. That's a massive boost for Amorim, who has a good relationship with the forward from their time together at Sporting. For a player of Gyökeres' quality to be interested in joining this rebuilding Manchester United project says a lot about the pull the club still has. But as is often the case in transfer windows, nothing is straightforward. United are facing competition for Gyökeres, and they know they need backup plans. That's where Hugo Ekitike comes in. The young Eintracht Frankfurt striker is another exciting name on United's shortlist. With Liverpool and Chelsea also keeping tabs on him, United are looking to get creative to win the race. It's been reported that the Red Devils are considering a player plus cash deal for Ekitike, with Joshua Zirkzee possibly being used as part of the package to bring the Frenchman to Manchester. Frankfurt have made it clear they won't sell unless they get close to their £85 million asking price. But United are determined to work out a deal, knowing that the 22-year-old could be a huge part of their future if developed properly. While the forward positions are grabbing headlines, work is also going on behind the scenes to build for the future defensively. One exciting move is the club's advanced talks to sign 16-year-old centre-back Harley Emsden-James from Southampton. United scouts have identified him as a major talent in English football, and the hope is that if they secure his signature now, they could have a future defensive star already at Carrington before long. But as new players are being lined up, the future of some familiar faces remains uncertain. One of the biggest ongoing stories is Marcus Rashford's situation. After a difficult season, it's looking more and more likely that Rashford could be leaving Old Trafford. Reports have suggested that he's already made a plea to join Barcelona, with the Spanish giants circling. It's been claimed that Rashford's preferred destination is La Liga, and although Newcastle United were reportedly interested in a loan move, the England international seems to have his heart set on making the switch to Spain. Meanwhile, Barcelona are closing in on a deal for Athletic Bilbao star Nico Williams, and that could complicate Rashford's hopes. Another player who might be on the move is Mason Mount. Since arriving from Chelsea, things haven't really clicked for Mount at Old Trafford. Injuries have limited his impact, and with Aston Villa reportedly keen on signing him, there's a growing feeling that United could be open to letting him go. Villa are preparing for Europa League football next season, and a move could offer Mount a fresh start and give United some financial breathing space to reinvest in other areas. Speaking of former United players, Paul Pogba has also been making headlines. After leaving Juventus, Pogba has remained without a club, but he sparked wild speculation recently by posting a photo of himself wearing a Real Madrid shirt. The message accompanying the picture was cryptic, but it didn't take long for rumors to spread that Pogba might have found his next team. Whether or not that turns into a serious move remains to be seen, but it's clear that Pogba is eager to get back on the pitch and remind the football world of his talent. And then there's Jadon Sancho. The winger's time at Manchester United looks to be coming to an end. Sancho is reportedly happy to accept a move to Italy, with Napoli showing strong interest. Juventus are also said to be keen, having made contact with United to discuss what kind of fee might be required. After struggling to find consistency in Manchester, Sancho could be about to take on a whole new challenge in Serie A. With all these potential departures, Manchester United are also thinking about their future investments. For Ruben Amorim, this is his chance to build his own United. After finishing in a shocking 15th place in the Premier League last season, there's no room for excuses anymore. The club needs major changes, and fast. The message coming out of the club is clear. No one is safe, and everything is on the table. The transfer window has barely opened, yet the rumors and deals are already flying in all directions. One of the biggest stories right now is the future of Jadon Sancho. After his fallout with the coaching staff and a forgettable loan spell away from Old Trafford, it seems his Manchester United chapter is closing for good. His agent has been busy making calls, speaking to clubs in Germany where Sancho once became a superstar at Borussia Dortmund. But surprisingly, it's Italy that could be his next destination. Serie A giants Napoli have stepped forward with serious interest, and Juventus are also keen. Juventus have even made an approach to United to learn exactly what price would be required to secure Sancho's services. After a career that promised so much, Sancho is now searching for a fresh start in Europe, and Manchester United will be more than happy to strike a deal that benefits all parties. Meanwhile, the focus isn't just on who's leaving. There's also the small matter of rebuilding this broken squad. The first piece of that rebuild has already arrived, with Brazilian striker Matheus Cunha making the move to Old Trafford after United activated his £62.5 million release clause. Cunha represents the first of what United hope will be several big signings to inject life and quality back into the team. But the fans want more. They want stars. They want names that will bring back the fear factor to this historic club. There's still potential for United to land a massive financial boost, with as much as £170 million in transfer sales possible if key targets are moved on successfully. The likes of Jadon Sancho, Antony, and Alejandro Garnacho could bring in significant funds to reinvest in players that fit Amorim's vision. Speaking of Garnacho, his name is at the center of more transfer drama. Despite being seen by many as the future of Manchester United, Amorim isn't convinced that the talented Argentine fits into the style of football he wants to play. As a result, Garnacho is now being quietly offered to major European clubs. Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Tottenham are all monitoring his situation closely. United are hoping to start the bidding at around £50 million. They're hoping, once again, that a bidding war might help drive up that price. And it's not just Garnacho's future in doubt. Brazilian winger Antony, who spent part of last season on loan with Real Betis, is another player expected to be sold. Manchester United have made it clear that they're only interested in a permanent transfer for him. No more loan deals, no favors. Betis want him, Antony is open to it. But it's all going to depend on whether they can come up with the money. As for the goalkeeper situation, things remain interesting. Andre Onana has been another name floating around the transfer gossip columns. Despite a mixed season full of errors, Onana remains part of Amorim's plans for next season, unless, of course, someone offers a massive fee for him. But behind the scenes, Onana is showing his commitment. He wants to fight for his place, prove himself in front of the Old Trafford faithful, and silence the critics. Right now, it looks like he will be staying, but football moves quickly, and the right offer could change everything. Defensively, United's pursuit of Jared Branthwaite looks like it might hit another dead end. Last summer, United offered around £50 million for the powerful Everton defender, but the Toffees said no. And now, Everton have started talks to give Branthwaite a new contract, with manager David Moyes eager to build his new-look team around him. It's another frustration for United in a window that's already proving to be complicated. But it's not all bad news. There's still plenty of ambition at Old Trafford. Amorim and the board know that this is a defining summer. United need to show intent. The club's goal is to reshape this team with quality, young talent, and experienced leaders who can get the team challenging again, not just in England, but across Europe too. There's also a sense of focus around not wasting energy on hopeless targets. Things are heating up again. Emiliano Martinez, Argentina's World Cup winning goalkeeper and one of the most respected shot stoppers in the Premier League, has been linked with a move to Old Trafford. And crucially, Martinez has not ruled it out. Speaking while on international duty with Argentina, the Aston Villa star made it clear he's open to possibilities. Villa want to hold on to him, of course, especially with European football on the horizon. But for Martinez, the idea of guarding the goal at Old Trafford is hard to ignore. While United are pushing forward in some transfer races, they've also decided to back away from others. One notable example is Jonathan David, the Canadian striker who is being closely monitored by several top European clubs. Now it seems that Manchester United have withdrawn their interest entirely. Juventus looks to be leading the chase for his signature now, with Barcelona, PSG, Napoli, and Inter also stepping back. David reportedly wants wages of around €7 million a year, but with United focused elsewhere, that move won't be happening. It's a summer of decisions at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim has arrived with a clear strategy. He wants players who will fit his style, play his way, and fight for the shirt. If that means big names need to leave, so be it. If it means unpopular decisions, so be it. There's a new feeling of urgency. No more half measures, no more wasted opportunities. This is about doing whatever it takes to get Manchester United competing again with the best in Europe. Right now, there are talks happening behind the scenes, and the transfer activity is starting to heat up. Manchester United's search for a new goalkeeper has led them straight to Aston Villa's Emiliano Martinez. The Argentina international is already one of the most respected keepers in the world, with his brilliant shot-stopping and commanding presence. And now, with talks gathering pace, Martinez himself has refused to rule out a move. Speaking while on international duty with Argentina, Martinez made it clear, he's not closing the door on anything. And that's exactly what Manchester United need. Players who are not only talented, but hungry for the next big step. While Martinez edges closer to a potential move, another story has surfaced about Jonathan David, a player Manchester United had been following closely. But now, reports suggest that United have decided to walk away from that race. Juventus now appears to be leading the chase for the Canadian striker, with other European giants like Napoli, Inter, Barcelona, and PSG also stepping back. David is reportedly looking for a salary of around €7 million per year, but for now, it seems his future won't be at Old Trafford. Meanwhile, talk around Alejandro Garnacho refuses to go away. Chelsea, at one point, had been loosely linked with the exciting Argentine winger, but now, former Chelsea midfielder Emmanuel Petit has stepped in with advice for his old club: avoid Garnacho. Speaking to TalkSport Bet, Petit didn't hold back. He criticized Garnacho's behavior and lack of progress in recent months, claiming that Chelsea already have young, frustrated wingers and that signing Garnacho would only add more problems. Petit admitted Garnacho has the right mentality, but his development on the pitch has been disappointing. It's a rare public criticism of the United youngster, but one that highlights the pressure Garnacho is under as a player expected to take that next step. All this off-the-field talk is important, but so are the big transfer moves happening at Old Trafford this summer. One of the most surprising developments is the growing expectation that Mason Mount could be leaving United after just one difficult season. The Champions League winner has not hit the heights many hoped for when he swapped Stamford Bridge for Manchester. Injuries have been a major problem, keeping him from getting a proper run in the team. But just as he started to show flashes of his quality toward the end of the season, reports now say Aston Villa want to sign him. With Villa preparing for a Europa League campaign, Mount's creativity and experience could be exactly what they need. For United, selling Mount could make sense financially. His wages are significant, and that money could be used to strengthen other areas of the squad. One area they're definitely trying to strengthen is midfield, and that brings us to Xavi Simons. Manchester United are one of several Premier League clubs keeping a close eye on the RB Leipzig star. Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham are all in the race, but United have every reason to push hard for his signature. Leipzig want over £60 million, but Simons might just be worth every penny. Still only 21, Simons is fast, technical, creative, and plays with the kind of flair that could lift Manchester United's attack to another level. If they can beat the competition to his signing, it could be one of the smartest moves of the window. And what about Marcus Rashford? The academy graduate's future is still up in the air. Newcastle United wanted to tempt him with a move to the northeast, especially now that they'll be playing Champions League football. But Rashford seems to have his heart set elsewhere. Reports suggest he's ready to turn Newcastle down, with his focus firmly on securing a move to Barcelona. For a player who's worn the badge since he was a kid, that's not an easy decision. Rashford leaving Old Trafford would mark the end of a long chapter, but sometimes players need a fresh challenge. Rashford believes that's what he needs right now. So what's next? Manchester United are moving. Slowly in some cases, quickly in others, but they're working to reshape the squad. Emiliano Martinez could be the first major arrival. Xavi Simons could be next. Mason Mount could be on his way out. Jonathan David looks like a missed opportunity, but that's the nature of the transfer window. Some targets work, others don't. The key question, though, is whether Manchester United can finally get it right. Fans have heard promises before, but United aren't standing still. They're pushing hard for new attacking talent, and that's where Bryan Mbeumo comes in. Brentford's Cameroonian forward had a fantastic season last year. His pace, power, and goal-scoring ability made him one of the standout attackers in the Premier League. Manchester United know how important it is to bring in players like him. Players who are hungry, players who have proven themselves in English football, and players who are ready to take that next step. United have already offered over £60 million for Mbeumo. Tottenham and Newcastle are also in the hunt, but United have made their move. They don't want to miss out on him. Mbeumo, for his part, seems ready for the challenge. He knows moving to Old Trafford would take him to the next level in his career, and he's determined to prove he belongs on that stage. Of course, the search for a striker doesn't stop there. Victor Gyökeres is still very much available this summer. The Swedish striker has rejected a move to Juventus, which keeps the door wide open for both Manchester United and Arsenal. Gyökeres is powerful, confident, and deadly in front of goal. United need that kind of presence up front. The fact that he's still on the market gives United hope that they can get a deal done. But they aren't putting all their eggs in one basket. Another name firmly on their radar is Mohamed Kudus. The club is also fighting off interest in some of their biggest stars. One of those players is Alejandro Garnacho, United's explosive young winger. Reports suggest that a bidding war could be about to break out. £50 million is expected to be the starting price, and the queue is growing. Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Tottenham, all circling like sharks in the water. For Manchester United, Garnacho isn't just another player. He's one of the few who represents hope. Losing him would be a disaster, not just for the team, but for the connection with the fans, who have watched Garnacho grow from promising academy talent into one of the club's most exciting players. But with financial pressure mounting and massive transfer deals being lined up, United may have no choice but to listen to offers. And speaking of transfers, there's plenty happening on that front too. One of the hottest names right now is Bryan Mbeumo. Manchester United have made their move. According to the Sunday Times, the Red Devils have officially upped their offer for the Brentford forward. The new bid is reportedly more than £60 million, as they try to beat both Tottenham and Newcastle to his signature. Mbeumo had a breakout season at Brentford, scoring goals for fun and proving that he's ready for a bigger stage. Tottenham remains serious about signing him, especially after bringing in Thomas Frank as their new manager, the very coach who helped Mbeumo shine at Brentford. But United are determined. They've been stung by missing out on big targets before, and they don't want to lose this one to a Premier League rival. While the Mbeumo saga rumbles on, another striker story continues to dominate the headlines: Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres has been one of the most talked about forwards in Europe this summer. United want him, Arsenal want him, Juventus wanted him too, but the Swedish striker rejected a move to Turin, according to Corriere dello Sport. That's good news for United. With Juventus out of the race, it's a straight battle between Old Trafford and the Emirates. But here's the problem. Reports claim Gyökeres has told his agent that Arsenal is his preferred destination. Sound familiar? United fans have seen this story before. Frenkie de Jong, Declan Rice, the long, painful transfer chases that ended with someone else lifting the trophy. Some at Old Trafford now believe it's time to switch focus. Maybe, just maybe, this is the summer to go back for Victor Osimhen. Osimhen, the powerful Nigerian striker, has been lurking in the background all summer. It's almost strange how quiet the rumors have been, considering how many times he's been linked with United in the past. But with Gyökeres drifting towards Arsenal, Osimhen could be the perfect plan B, or even the better option all along. It's not just in attack where United are looking for reinforcements. Midfield is also a priority, and one name on their radar is Mohamed Kudus. The West Ham star had a solid season, scoring 5 goals and providing 4 assists. But West Ham won't sell him easily. The Guardian reports that the Hammers have slapped a £85 million release clause on the Ghanaian international. That's a huge price. But United are watching, carefully, quietly, waiting for their moment. Talk of transition, no more excuses. This is now about action. Ruben Amorim knows it. The players know it. The fans demand it. This summer transfer window is not just about adding new faces. It's about reshaping the identity of the club. And United have been busy on every front. One of the biggest stories is about Marcus Rashford. Once the poster boy of the Manchester United Youth Academy, his career has taken dramatic turns in recent years. After falling out of form, Rashford went on loan to Aston Villa, where he started to show glimpses of his old self again. But now, things have taken another twist. Reports from Spain suggest that Manchester United are ready to let Rashford leave, but they want something big in return. Barcelona are interested. And United? They've got their eyes on Ronald Araujo, Barca's commanding centre-back. This isn't just a transfer for the sake of it. This is strategic. If Rashford goes, United want defensive steel in return. Araujo could be the backbone of Amorim's new-look defense. Rashford, meanwhile, would get the fresh start he might need in Spain. But while Rashford's future is uncertain, another name is emerging as a potential addition to United's attacking force: Hugo Ekitike. The young French striker, currently with Eintracht Frankfurt, is reportedly intrigued by the idea of joining Manchester United. According to Team Talk, Ekitike sees Old Trafford as a stage where he could shine, and he might just be United's plan B, because their top target is still Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres, currently starring at Sporting Lisbon, has been linked with United for months, but things got complicated. Reports suggest the Swedish striker told his agent he preferred a move to Arsenal. Still, Ruben Amorim, who worked closely with Gyökeres at Sporting, hasn't given up hope of convincing his former striker to join him again, this time in Manchester. And with Ekitike showing serious interest, United are keeping their options open. If they can't get Gyökeres, they're ready to go for Ekitike, a talented quick striker who could develop into something special under Amorim's guidance. But United's transfer targets don't stop there. Another exciting player on their radar is Davide Fratesi, the Italian international midfielder who's currently making waves at Inter Milan. United want more creativity and attacking threat from midfield, and Fratesi could bring exactly that. Fixtures reports that Inter would want around £30 million for the Italy star, a fee United could easily manage if other sales go through. Speaking of sales, Jadon Sancho's exit looks almost certain now. After his much-publicized fallout at United, Sancho spent last season out on loan at Chelsea. Now, it seems, a new chapter awaits him in Italy. Reports from Sky Sport Italy suggest that Sancho has verbally agreed to join Serie A champions Napoli. The England international has given the green light. All that's left now is for the two clubs to agree on the terms. It's not just about Sancho. Callum Hudson-Odoi is another winger United have been chasing. Nottingham Forest don't want to sell and have started contract talks to convince him to stay. Roma and Napoli are also interested, but United are quietly watching developments. Hudson-Odoi is talented, Premier League proven, and fits the kind of attacking profile Ruben Amorim wants for his wide players. And then there's the goalkeeper position. United are targeting Marco Carnesecchi, the brilliant young Italian goalkeeper from Atalanta. With 18 clean sheets last season, Carnesecchi has shown he can perform at the highest level. With a reported price tag of around £40 million, United are seriously considering making him their new #1, or at least bringing him in to compete with Andre Onana. The relationship between Manchester United and Atalanta is already strong. Deals for Amad Diallo and Rasmus Højlund were done in recent seasons, and now the two clubs could do business again. So what does this all add up to? It adds up to one thing. Manchester United are serious this summer. Rashford out? Possibly, if they can get a top defender like Araujo in return. Sancho gone? Almost certainly. Napoli looks like the destination. Gyökeres or Ekitike up front. Time will tell, but one way or another, United will get their striker. Sancho's departure could help fund other moves, like the ongoing pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo. After a breakout season at Brentford, scoring 20 goals and assisting 8, Mbeumo has become one of the most wanted forwards in the Premier League. Tottenham are fighting hard for his signature, and their new manager, Thomas Frank, has the advantage of being Mbeumo's former boss at Brentford. Spurs also have Champions League football to offer. United don't. But what United do have is a project. Under Amorim, they're building something from scratch. And players like Mbeumo, players with drive, with hunger, with ambition, are exactly what Amorim wants at the center of this rebuild. But even if Mbeumo joins, there's a problem. He could miss up to 6 games next season if he joins Manchester United and Cameroon qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. Losing a key signing that early would be a test of United's squad depth, something they can't ignore as they shape the team for Amorim's first full campaign. The rebuild continues elsewhere, too. United have been scouting Richard Rios, the Colombian midfield powerhouse currently playing for Palmeiras. Around 10 clubs are tracking Rios, but United are very interested. However, Palmeiras want the full £86 million release clause paid in full, making this one of the most expensive midfield deals of the window if it happens. One of the biggest names at the center of this transfer storm is Bryan Mbeumo. After a sensational season for Brentford, scoring 20 goals and providing 8 assists, Mbeumo has shown that he's not just a Premier League player, he's a Premier League star. He's quick, powerful, technically gifted, and sharp in front of goal. And more importantly, he's hungry for more. The 25-year-old Cameroon international is ready for the next level. The question is, where? Manchester United have been pushing hard to bring him to Old Trafford. Reports suggest they've already agreed personal terms with the player, but standing in their way is competition from Tottenham Hotspur, now managed by Thomas Frank, Mbeumo's old boss at Brentford. Spurs also have the tempting offer of Champions League football next season. Even with United pushing hard, the transfer isn't going to be simple. Brentford are holding out for £60 million. Sporting Lisbon tried their luck with £55 million, but were sent away. Spurs are reportedly ready to go higher to reunite Mbeumo with Thomas Frank. And even if Manchester United do manage to win this race, they'll face another challenge. Signing Mbeumo could see them lose him for up to 6 matches next season if Cameroon qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. A headache for Amorim as he tries to build consistency in his first full campaign. But United aren't backing down. Why? Because Amorim believes in building a team, not just relying on individuals. Depth is key, and if Mbeumo arrives, United will make sure they've got enough firepower to cope with his absence. Yet Mbeumo is just one part of the story. Behind the scenes, United are working on multiple deals to reshape this squad from top to bottom. The club is also prioritizing one thing they've failed to do in recent years: clearing out players who don't fit. And right now, Jadon Sancho is at the top of that list. The winger's time at Old Trafford has been full of frustration, broken confidence, and failed expectations. His fallout with Erik ten Hag last season left his future in tatters, and while a loan spell at Borussia Dortmund helped him find some form, Manchester United have decided enough is enough. According to Fabrizio Romano, United are desperate to get Sancho off the books permanently this summer. They don't want another loan. They want a sale. Napoli have shown interest, but they don't want to take on his massive £250, 000 a week wages. It's a problem that needs solving quickly, especially if United are serious about freeing up money for new players. One of those potential new players could be Richard Rios, the Colombian midfielder lighting up Brazilian football at Palmeiras. Rios has caught the attention of scouts from all over Europe, including 10 clubs during the Club World Cup, with Manchester United right in the mix. But there's a catch, a big one. Palmeiras want the full £86 million release clause paid up front. No discounts, no clever deals, just cold, hard cash. For now, United are monitoring the situation but know that such a huge fee would force them to think carefully about their priorities this summer. And the spending doesn't stop there. Another name on United's radar is Malik Fofana, the exciting winger from Lyon. Chelsea and Liverpool have already made inquiries, but United have now joined the race. However, just like with Rios, there's a hefty price tag attached. Lyon are demanding at least £43 million, more than what Manchester City paid for Fofana's former teammate Ryan Cherki. Whether United push ahead remains to be seen, but the interest is real. Then there's the goalkeeper situation. United's second-choice keeper Altay Bayındır is on the exit list. Turkish side Çaykur Rizespor are interested, but his camp has also reached out to Turkey's Big Four clubs: Besiktas, Fenerbahçe, Galatasaray, and Trabzonspor. The feedback from them has been negative. Bayındır would prefer to stay in Europe, but right now, his future remains uncertain. Right now is the future of Jadon Sancho. The winger, once seen as the crown jewel of United's future, is now clearly seen as surplus to requirements. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United are fully focused on finding a permanent solution for Sancho this summer. No more loans, no more second chances. The club wants him gone. For good. Sancho's fallout with Erik ten Hag during the past season made headlines around the world, and after his brief loan spell at Borussia Dortmund, it's clear that his time at Old Trafford is up. Napoli are one of the clubs monitoring the situation, but there's a major issue: Sancho's enormous £250, 000 a week wages. Napoli, as ambitious as they might be, have absolutely no interest in taking on a salary of that size. It's a headache for United, but one they seem determined to solve. They know that selling Sancho is key to freeing up funds and moving forward. But while some players are on their way out, United are also aggressively chasing new talent, and they've cast their net wide. One name that's starting to heat up is Richard Rios, the dynamic Colombian midfielder playing for Palmeiras. United aren't alone in this chase. Give Me Sport reports that no fewer than 10 top clubs have been scouting him, especially during his performances at the Club World Cup. Nottingham Forest and Tottenham Hotspur are also keen, with Forest viewing Rios as a major upgrade for their midfield next season. But here's the catch. Palmeiras want £86 million, and they want every penny of it up front. No discounts, no staggered payments. That's a hefty sum even for a player with Rios's potential. But Manchester United are watching closely. If they believe he's the right player to build their midfield around, they'll make a move. Meanwhile, another exciting young player on United's radar is Malik Fofana from Lyon. According to L'Equipe, United have entered the bidding war for Fofana after Chelsea made early inquiries, and Liverpool showed serious interest. Fofana, a pacey winger with superb dribbling skills, is seen as one of the next big things to come out of Ligue 1. Lyon are demanding at least £43 million for Fofana. To put that in context, it's more than what Manchester City recently paid for Ryan Cherki, who also came through Lyon's academy. This is serious money, but serious talent too. The competition for Fofana is fierce, but United's willingness to enter the battle shows they're serious about strengthening their squad for the long term, not just plugging holes. It's not just the attackers and midfielders getting attention at United either. Even the backup goalkeeper situation is being addressed. Altay Bayındır, United's second-choice goalkeeper, has been added to the club's official sale list, according to Turkish outlet Fotomek. Kayseri Rizespor have shown interest, and Bayındir's representatives have reached out to Turkey's Big Four, Besiktas, Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, and Trabzonspor. So far, the response has been cold. At 27, Bayındir is still in his prime years for a goalkeeper, and sources close to him suggest he'd prefer to remain in Europe rather than head back to Turkey for a lesser club. For now, his future remains open, but United are happy to cash in on him if the right offer comes along. But perhaps the most intriguing story in this whole transfer window revolves around Callum Hudson-Odoi. Manchester United have a long-standing interest in the Nottingham Forest winger, having first inquired about him in January. Back then, Forest gave a clear response. No chance. Now, things have changed slightly. Roma and Napoli are hovering, sensing an opportunity to steal the talented Englishman away from Forest. It's not just about arrivals and departures either. The fixture list for next season has just been announced, and Manchester United fans will be counting the days until the new campaign begins. This will be Ruben Amorim's first full season in charge, and expectations are high. There's hope now. Real hope. The fans know that things can't change overnight. This is going to take time. But with Amorim's tactical mind, the hunger